I could get used to this.
Why is that, buddy?
Well, the Leafs are winning, they're in a playoff spot, and when MacArthur scores, I don't have to worry about you attacking me with this.
Yeah, I sure missed that thing. So is this your ideal team?
Not quite my ideal team.
Okay, well, let's play a game. Why don't you close your eyes and tell me about your perfect Leafs team?
That's a good question, actually. Okay, instead of Berkey's doghouse, we now have either Dave Poulin's poutine or Cliff Fletcher's falafel hut.
Yeah, falafel hut. People love falafel. What else?
Reimer will play every first period, then Scriven second, and, Felix Potvin in the third.
100% realistic. Who else is on the team?
Oh, just a couple guys. Bobby Ryan, Ryan Getzlaf, Corey Perry, all the stalls.
Okay, how about
Patrick Sharp! You best! Oh my goodness, finally!
Good old Canadian fire.
Country!
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Elon Smash!
Owen Grabowski.
GTFO.
I got it from afar.
Yeah! For the second game in a row, Leafs win 3-0, and for the second game in a row, Benjamin Shuttin. Now give me a job writing headlines for NHL.com, please. And he had a 37-save shutout, but people are still talking about, well, Ben Scrivens in this game didn't have to make a lot of spectacular stops. And they're right. But we go back to that old theme, giving your team a chance to win the game. And Scrivens was big when he needed to be, and that was early on. He makes a few big stops. Leafs capitalize on the first Panthers mistake. Kessel goes in. Bing! Cheddar. Philly cheese! Philly cheese. Kessel scores upset. How didn't I think of that? And how about Kadri and MacArthur? Kadri's one of a few Leafs right now where you look at him and go, when's the scoring going to slow down? And it hasn't. He's the team's top scorer! And MacArthur looking nice on that line too. Ping off the iron and in. Now let me just address something though that people have been talking about online. Like, oh, where's Dallas Eakins calling Kadri fat now? Dallas Eakins is a massive reason for why Kadri is doing so well right now. It takes some time, it takes some patience, but you look at Kadri, you look at some of the other Marlies grads that are succeeding with the Leafs right now, Eakins has that time and patience to develop. And one thing that has kind of allowed Kadri to get a little better, develop some chemistry with MacArthur, JVR to succeed early on, now let Kessel get back in the groove, the Leafs shutdown line. Who's on that line? Colton Orr? Well, he's been looking better, but no. Fraser McLaren? No. Mike Brown? No. Dave Steckel, healthy scratch. People were laughing about this line heading into the season. Leo Komarov, Mikhail Grabowski, Nikolai Kulemin. But they're not scoring! Who gives a crap? And yeah, Kulemin and Grabowski especially get paid a little too much probably for a shutdown line. There is an interesting concept there. Because it seems to be the instinct to look at a, just a gritty type player, but not necessarily that talented, and go, oh, well, he should be the shutdown guy. Why wouldn't your shutdown guys be some of your best skaters? Mikhail Grabowski keeps up with any player the Leafs tell him to stick on. Nikolai Kulemin's a very underrated hitter, and Leo Komarov hits everything that moves. Sometimes it's to the team's disadvantage, but you take the good with the bad. And right now, there's still a lot more good than bad. Now, if the Leafs have 4 or 5 games in a row where they're allowing 4 or 5 goals in a game, then maybe you reevaluate that. Until then, the lineup's depleted as it is. Just leave it. And hey, let me re-ask a question that I've already asked you before. What does a healthy Leafs defense core look like? I have no idea. Gunnarsson comes back in. He's with Phaneuf. Koska's still in there. Holzer's still in there. Franzen's still in there. Fraser's still in there. And I think all those guys should still be in there. But wait, who's out? Who's a really high-paid... Lyles? They scratched Lyles and Komisarek and Dave Steckel. That's like $9-10 million in the press box. Plus the $4.5 million they currently have playing in the Marlies with Tim Connolly. Plus the 3.5 or whatever it was $1 million they shipped out of town with Matthew Lombardi. Notice is, I like it. And I know some people were outraged, like, how does Holzer or Koska stay in the lineup over Lyles? If you watch some of the goals the Leafs have let in this season, Lyles has looked brutal on a few of them. And I'm not saying he's finished. At the end of the day, he still has a decent track record, but maybe you needed a little fire lit under him. And maybe make him think, wow, if I can't crack the roster now, how am I going to crack it when Jake Gardiner gets back? And by the way, Jake Gardiner's not back yet. Right now, on paper, the Leafs have a ton of questions, but on the ice, they have a ton of answers. So if you're Randy Carlyle, what do you do right now? I mean, everyone's criticizing your moves, but it looks like you're right. All season long, I've had this vicious cycle of on Twitter before the game going, I don't know why he did that, and then after the game doing this video and going, wow, that was smart. But I think I'd rather have it that way than the other way around. Last but not least, quick little promo. Ben Scrivens, back-to-back shutouts right now. He's looking great. Spruce Grove, Alberta's very own. But I don't know much about him. Well, fret not, because a few months ago, I trapped Scrivens on the phone for 20 minutes, half an hour, and got a long interview out of him. So if you want to learn a little bit more about the man behind the mask and the old busted up truck he drives, link in the underbar to the Scriv interview. So check out that in the underbar, also the post-game blog in the underbar. There's going to be the pre-game blog for the Leafs Tampa game in the underbar. A lot going on in the underbar. You should check it out. Bar down.